Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's the Level 1 podcast for Saturday, the 23rd of September, 2023. I welcome you all here, and I hope that you're having a great weekend so far. Of course, I'm Darkside Phil, and today will be another fun, varied day of gameplay streaming here on DSPGaming. We've got good variety with Mortal Kombat 1 actually getting its first full-fledged multiplayer stream. And what I mean by that is, I have played the multiplayer of MK1 twice last week, but one time it was only like for 45 minutes, and another time it was for 90 minutes, because I had to unlock content by playing single player. Well, today, we focus on the multiplayer, alright? The one thing I will be doing is going into training mode and trials for the character I'm going to use today, Sindel, to learn some basics. But once those basics are learned, then we jump online and we try to play and see how it goes. I will be critical of the game. I do think that one thing about Mortal Kombat that's very outdated is that you don't even get the full moves list when you start playing. How dumb does that sound? Oh, I'm going to start playing a fighting game and the moves list isn't unlocked. Yeah, you actually have to play through the game and level up a character by using them to have the entire moves list unlocked. Because, for example, I was playing with Raiden the other day, and I was really enjoying Raiden and his brutalities, like the throw where you mash punch, you pop the guy's head, or we use the electric move and you lift the guy up above and you rip his body apart. I was like, oh, these are really cool brutalities and people are enjoying them. But those don't show in the moves list right away. You actually have to play with the character to unlock them. So the only reason I knew about them is because I had played Raiden in Invasion mode for about an hour and a half, unlocked that moves list, and then used that online. So I think it's kind of silly that in 2023, we're still having this kind of deal. It's a competitive game. People just want the moves right away. Why do I have to go online to a reference website? Why don't just have the move list unlocked in the game at the start? It's really outdated content style. So, for example, today I want to use Sindel, but I'm not going to have all her moves unlocked. So we're just going to be doing basic, combos and fatalities until it tells me what the brutalities are, unless someone looks them up and tells me ahead of time. I think it's kind of silly. Anyway, first time we're doing that. I have not done a focused stream on taking a character, learning their basics, and just going online with them in Mortal Kombat 1 as of yet. You guys have been asking for this. You've been saying, we're waiting for this. This is what we wanted since the game came out. So now you're getting it, okay? So I hope that you guys will enjoy. Later tonight, a nice late-night chill stream, Starfield. 2 hours of content later tonight, and it's new time. Because Starfield, moving forward, is going to be night streams. I need the daytime streams now for all the new releases coming out for the rest of the autumn. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. All right. So great, varied day today. Not a lot of gaming news to talk about today. There's three very brief stories to discuss, but nothing crazy. And in general, I just don't have too much craziness to talk about. So today will be a much more laid back concept, a more laid back podcast deal to go with the new weather, because, ladies and gentlemen, outside it is full clouds. It is nice and cool. my window is wide open, my blinds are half open. I don't have them all the way open, but that's why you'll notice you can't see the background lighting as well. It's because I got the blinds open to get some nice fresh air. It is completely different from yesterday. Yesterday, it was super sun outside, so I had to have those blinds closed, and this office heated up like an oven. It looks like it might be nice and cool for the daytime stream, which is great. When I'm playing a multiplayer game, especially like this, I want to have nice cooling air, and it looks like I'm going to get it, all right? So today should be a nice fall day of gaming. I'm very excited for that, obviously. I hope you guys are too. And I want to welcome everyone who's here live. Thanks for chilling with me here today. And for those who watch on demand, thank you for continuing to watch the show. Before we get to any topics today, because what I like to do is talk about my games that I played yesterday, the schedule for the week, and then these news topics. There is a hot topic of discussion that I would like to discuss with all of you. And I want to let you know that it's not a big deal whatsoever. That's why I want to address it formally on the podcast, and I hope that you guys who are maybe wondering a little bit, this will alleviate any fears or anything. So you may have noticed something in the last couple of weeks on YouTube. Particularly, I noticed it obviously looking at my content, but then I started looking at other people's content as well, and I noticed it's not just me, it's across the board that something is going on with YouTube. If you're not aware, something is happening on YouTube where they are changing either has to do with some kind of an algorithm, or it has to do with the way that views are being calculated on videos. Okay? Now, before anyone freaks out, I just want you to understand something. I get absolutely nothing positive based off of views. All right? Zero. The days of me being partnered with a company that used to pay me per view and stuff are long in the past. Those are ancient days. So view counts on YouTube really only count as a public-facing way to judge popularity. Well, guess what? I'm not Mr. Popular, and I never will be. That's not what I'm aspiring to be. That's not what I care about. I don't care about viral popularity or people finding my videos randomly on YouTube and joining or anything like that. As you know, I make my content for a group of people who really like me, who understand the kind of content creator I am, and want to support that independent style. You see? It's called curated content. It's made specially for a particular audience. And I like the fact that I'm the size that I am, because I'm not tiny, but I'm not big. I'm at a level where I can have fun social interactions with you guys and make what I feel is meaningful content. Okay? There was a time when it was all about the views, and there was competition for day one views and all of that, and those things are long in the past. For me, it's not a concern. But I have noticed a buzz and people talking about stuff recently, and I'm like, well, let's address it. Let's address the elephant in the room. You may have noticed that in the last few weeks, for some reason, it looks like viewership on DSPGaming has dwindled a bit. And you're like, well, I don't get it. Phil's playing big new games like the Mortal Kombat story mode or Lies of P. I mean, Lies of P is huge. People were interested to find out if this game that's not from FromSoft would play like a FromSoft game, and it's great. Like, I'm absolutely loving the game. It's everything you would want from this style of game. It's just as good as a FromSoft game, in my opinion. Every time I stream it, viewers come out to support and enjoy, and they treat it like a FromSoft game. So why on earth are the views for my playthrough seemingly really low? Part 1 of the playthrough only has 3,000 views. Even for any new game, that's low. If you take a look at the other games that I've been playing recently on this channel, Starfield has over 6,000 views for Part 1, right? Armored Core, a game that, honestly, I don't think a lot of people really cared that much about, had over 4,000 views for Part 1, right? So why on earth would this playthrough only have 3,000 views on Part 1 and then basically only 1,000 views for every other part after? It seems a little weird, doesn't it? Now, the thing is, if you take a look at other playthroughs I've done this year, they vary. Earlier this year, some playthroughs were doing superbly well. Like when I did Resident Evil 4 Remake, that did really good views for the channel. Like probably the biggest playthrough I've done all year long. And other playthroughs followed suit. But it seemed like at some point during the summertime, all right, my viewership dwindled a little bit. Admittedly, you knew that would happen. Why? Because I was playing a ton of Street Fighter 6 and a bunch of RPGs. Let's be honest, the RPGs weren't that great. Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, they were boring to follow along, especially Final Fantasy 16. That game was a snore fest, right? I did some retro stuff, but I wasn't expecting to get giant viewership playing Chrono Trigger. You see what I'm saying? So, in general, it wasn't a big deal. But then when I start playing newer games, you're like, well, you think that, the views would spike again. And they definitely haven't. So looking at this, the last couple of weeks, I've noticed this pattern. And the thing is, and this is why I'm telling you it's not a concern for me, my revenue, meaning what I make, has not gone down in any way, shape, or form. Because I track it every day. On YouTube it says, here's what you made on YouTube today, and I see what I make on a stream in a day. Literally has not been affected in any way. Things are good. You guys are supporting the streams. The ad revenue on YouTube is the same. So just think about that. If you're getting distinctly less views, how on earth could ad revenue be the same? It wouldn't make sense. Ad revenue is based on how many people watch your videos with ads enabled. So you're telling me that on a new playthrough, typically in the fall, especially a one like Lies of P, I definitely thought was going to be bigger, okay? You're telling me on a playthrough like that, right, that with a significant decrease in viewership, supposedly, that I'm making exactly the same ad revenue. How does that make sense? It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. So, you scratch your head like, how does that make any sense? Maybe it doesn't at all. Maybe it's just a thing on YouTube that they've done, and somehow they're not counting of partial view as a whole view. Maybe they're cutting out certain kinds of views. Maybe they literally just tweaked a formula and it screwed everyone's view counts up. I have no idea. Okay, I don't know. And the thing is, there's no way I would know. YouTube doesn't say shit about this kind of stuff. In fact, when you usually ask YouTube, they'll deny. Years ago, they absolutely denied the fact that people were getting unsubscribed to channels when we had empirical evidence it was happening. Okay? Now, of course, my naysayers and hate watchers would say, well, this is only you. It's because no one likes you. Ridiculous. Like I said, my streams have been doing well. I've been getting great consistent viewership, great support. Everything there is fine. And the thing is, I decided to compare this with other YouTube channels, okay? Directly comparing my channel with others, I've seen exactly the same patterns. For example, I'll just give you one example that I 100% noticed. There is several channels that I look at, okay? But these channels that I look at for Street Fighter 6, okay? Whenever I'm going to play a character in Street Fighter 6, during a ranked session, typically what I would do is I would look online for gameplay from top players. So, for example, if I'm going to play with Lily, well, I'm going to look for footage from Hibiki, and there's two really top Lily players. And so I always look for videos of them that people archive, and what they do is they take their online matches and they edit them out, so you can see some really high-level play of matches that they've won or matches that were really close, so you can at least learn from watching them, right? And these channels typically get anywhere from a few hundred views to upwards of thousands of views, depending on the video, the character selection, who's playing in the match, etc. I've noticed that Zangief matches have skyrocketed recently. Why? Because Snake Eyes, the best Zangief player in the world, just a week or two ago won that Capcom Cup qualifier, and now everyone wants information on Zangief, okay? So, I watch these videos, and I just, on a whim, because I was, going to play Ranked Street Fighter the other day for the first time in a week, I went back to the channel and I go to look. I'm like, what just happened? So here's the deal. This channel, this is one of the many that I watch, but this particular channel, because it had footage of Lily on it, usually gets hundreds to thousands of views per video. All of a sudden, about a week and a half ago, this channel's videos went down to double digits. Can't even crack 99 views on a single video on the channel. And these are videos that have been up for 2, 3, 4 days, and they have like 50 views. Huh? But it's the same channel. The channel content didn't change. It did, you know what I mean? The guy didn't get banned from YouTube or whatever. So why has the viewership gone from thousands or hundreds to 50? You tell me. Is it suppression? Is it that YouTube has kicked it so far out of the algorithm for some reason that no one can find that content unless they already know it exists? Does it not show up in the search engine anymore? Is it that YouTube is counting views differently? I don't know. And I went and I checked on about 4 different like Street Fighter channels, and they were all suffering the same thing. Now, I'll be honest, one thing I did notice, it doesn't seem to affect big people, because big people already are virally known. So whenever a big person, makes a video, there's already so many people going in there that likely the aggregate views kick it into the algorithm and people are finding it anyway. But it might be that basically they changed the algorithm yet again. So now only people who actively check your page can find your content, and it literally is not getting suggested to anybody else. So imagine if you're a small-time YouTuber and you're trying to get noticed and you make a unique video, but just because you're a small-time YouTuber, your video will never get found. Even if it's pertinent to what someone's looking for on YouTube, your video will never be selected to be suggested in a search result. But a big YouTuber who's already on top, theirs always gets suggested even if it's not even pertinent to what you're looking for. Could be what's going on. I don't know. I don't care. Because, again, it won't affect me. What I'm looking at is viewership, and I'm like, even though it's claiming that overall views on my channel are good, the video view count looks low. Just think about that. It's telling me my views are on par with what I usually get, but yet all the videos I'm putting out seem to have lower views. How does that make sense? It doesn't. There's something weird going on, okay? I don't know what it is, but I don't want anyone to panic because it doesn't really affect me. You got to remember something, okay? My business operates on crowdfunding primarily. It's revenue from people who support the content directly. As long as you're watching it, you're engaging with it by liking streams and videos you're enjoying, by leaving comments on videos, by interacting with me on the streams, and then for those who go above and beyond with super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, and tips. When that stuff keeps going on, that ad revenue factor isn't a huge factor. It is there. Don't get me wrong. Ad revenue does happen. And in fact, the next few months, it's typically October, November, December. These are the 3 huge months for advertisements on YouTube where ad revenue will spike. Typically, I would see a little bit of an a little bit of an increase in ad revenue for these 3 months. It's usually not a ton, but it's a bit, Now I'm going to keep my eye on it. I'm curious, will this actually not happen this year? Will there be no increase because YouTube is essentially suppressing views on content and only promoting the ones that they think are good? I don't know. But the good news is, I am kind of immune from it. I've built this model, this business model, that's very different from what a lot of other people are dependent on. Most people are dependent on the ad revenue on YouTube or paid product placements. That's literally where all their money comes from. That's not where any of my money comes from. It all comes from crowdfunding and your support daily. So as long as you like the content and you support it, I'm here and I ain't going anywhere. I don't care how low the views get. I know people are watching because people interact with me every day. We're talking with each other. We're hanging out. The content's getting watched and it's being supported. So I have nothing to be afraid of. But whenever YouTube has something going on like this, people freak out. Oh my God, I see that this is down and that is down. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. It's Chicken Little mode, right? It's not. It's really not. I've been through this a million times in my YouTube career of 15 years now, and it's not a giant deal as long as we stay the course and everyone just keeps enjoying what they're watching. Don't care about the view count. I don't. I know when I play these games, I have a great time. I enjoy them. I love the podcast with you guys. The React Show once a week is great. So as long as we like the content and people support it, then who cares what the view count says, right? It doesn't matter at all. You know what they said is that you can be completely set for life based on essentially having a customer base of about 1,000 customers, and in any kind of business. So, hey, as long as I got 1,000 people who like what I do and they come by and they support, I don't really care what YouTube says about views. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Now, I would hope that YouTube doesn't pull the rug out from under me on ad revenue because, like I said, it's not giant, but it is a chunk of income every month, and I wouldn't want to see that go away, but at the same time, I'm looking and it says it's not. It hasn't said, oh, your revenue dipped. So it doesn't make sense. It just, again, it seems to me like something has happened. It's just another algorithm change, another way that things behind the scenes change by these code monkeys who just keep typing code and kicking it out there into the wild without explaining to anyone how it's going to change stuff. So once again, the big wigs, the ones on top, stay on top, and everyone else gets pushed down, swept under the rug. That's how YouTube's been now for a good 8 to 10 years. And it just keeps going that way, where it only supports the top dogs and keeps making them popular and famous, while everyone else is like, oh, well. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Really, I'm okay. Listen, I'm happy where I am. Thank you all. Don't worry. I'm not worried. I'm literally not worried at all. It's I keep seeing people bring it up. Oh, my God, look at the views, the views, the views. Like, who cares about the views? The views don't mean shit. The views never meant anything, you know? Since my partnership with Machinima ended, you know, 2017? And even then, I wasn't on a per-view contract for like 2-3 years before then. So you're talking like 2014, 2015 was the last time the actual view count mattered for anything important on YouTube besides popularity club. Because that's really what it is. It's like high school. Oh, who's in the popular group and who's not? Oh, sorry, I'm not in the popular group of YouTubers who literally do everything to shill every fucking product, to milk their audience, and to make money every second. You know, I'm over here making curated content for people who I have a social relationship with and we care about each other because we're small time, right? So we get it. It's a little different, right? And I'm happy for that. I'm happy that we have that rather than being this fucking pseudo-celebrity sucking money out of people all over the globe. I don't care about that shit. So I'm very happy that it's a different situation. But at the same time, you got to hope that YouTube allows you to keep having a living on that situation, you know? I'm okay. Like I said, don't worry about it. But I want to get this out of the way and talk about it today, address it. Don't know what's going on with these views on YouTube. Don't really care. I'm having a good time. As long as you guys are still here and supporting, it doesn't really matter. You know, we're going to be all right. I purposefully pushed myself away from that model of popularity and all that bullshit so that we could still have a good time together and not worry about, oh no, because YouTube made another algorithm shift. Now everything's fucked. I changed from that so that we're not relying on that anymore. And that's a good thing. Okay. So, thank you all for all of your ongoing support. I guess we'll just get the plug segment out of the way then, shall we? So here's the deal. This week, I am looking to hit some support goals. And what I've done, what we were doing is we were doing member goals that were daily. And what happened was they were very small. It would be like 10 members a day. And then we would hit that. And then I'd say, okay, well, let's increase it another 10. And people would be like, oh, but we already hit the goal, so why are you increasing it? I was like, because it doesn't mean anything. We're not working towards like a reward. It's just there as a guidance to see how we want the channel to grow. It's not necessarily a big deal. It's just something to work towards. And it feels good when we hit it, right? But people started complaining about that. Oh, well, when it was a monthly goal, that was too big of a goal. It seemed unreachable. We don't like the fact that you have a monthly goal to do an event. Just do the events. So I said, all right, fine. We will just do special events. I won't base them on goals anymore. But it's nice to have something to work towards. So we'll do daily member goals. Then people recently have complained, oh, we don't like the daily member goals. Okay, so how about a weekly member goal? The weekly goal for me this week is 650. That's what I want to hit by the end of the week. This was the goal from last week. And actually, we hit it, and then we lost it because like 30 members expired that were gifted the month before. So if we can hit 650 by the end of this week, that would be superb. That's what I'm looking for. That would help this channel grow, all right? That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is that every day I'm trying to hit at least a tier 1 goal per stream, if possible. Now, if we have a stream where we hit like a tier 2 goal, hey, then that's good for the whole day, you see? But the thing I want to avoid is what happened last week, where I'd have one stream where we like, okay, we hit the tier 1 goal, that was it. And then the next stream, I made $2. It's like, oh, that's not good. Can't have multiple days where I have like night streams where I'm basically, they're like dead streams. You know, and that happened twice last week when we were doing the single-player content of NK1. So I'm trying to avoid that and be more transparent with you guys. All right, we can hit the tier 1 goal every stream. That'd be great. Or if we have a really good stream, that kind of makes up for it for the day, and that's good too. All right, so that's my goals for the week. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you informed. Thanks to those who contribute towards them and allow us to hit them. It's great. It keeps everything going, and thank you so much, okay? So that's it. I'm not really going to be talking more about this. The best ways to support the channel today would be a membership, gifted membership, or a tip. Super chats are great. I appreciate them. I will shout them out if you super chat. But the other methods would be a little better today as we're working towards these goals for the week. Once we hit the goals, then it doesn't really matter. You see? Okay. Let's now talk about yesterday. Yesterday, my major stream was Lies of P. This game continues to be great. Continues to be really, 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 really great. It again feels to me like Bloodborne 1.5. And the reason I call it that is because it's definitely not Bloodborne 2. because it does have some differences from Bloodborne. And let's be honest, maybe one day they will make a Bloodborne 2, right? But in the meantime, this is a great surrogate for not having a sequel to Bloodborne. Combining elements from Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Bloodborne together is a really nice idea. It's got unique elements as well. It's got fun stuff in there that I really enjoy. The story is great. The world design is great. The bosses are great. The enemy types are great. The combat is great. The graphics are great on the Series X. I don't know about other formats, but on the Series X, this thing runs great. So I'm now 11 hours into Lies of P. We've now seen various different styles of enemies, okay? And I love the game. And again, I'm not even kidding you. This is not an over-exaggeration. I have no reason to exaggerate. I get nothing out of it. 11 hours in, I still don't have a complaint about the game. The most annoying thing was at one point, there's a boss where the camera kind of got stuck in the boss, and you couldn't really see what was going on. So then I just went behind it, and then it was fine. So that was my one thing that I really even have to criticize in 11 hours. Outside of that, the game is well made. It's challenging. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering how the game is doing. And what I mean by that is, within the actual Soulsborne community of streamers and everyone, I wonder if they're really enjoying it and they're promoting it. Because, man, it's great. And I know it's not FromSoft. And the thing is, if a game's not FromSoft, a lot of the times people will just play it through it once and be like, all right, whatever, and move on. But I feel like this is a game that really lends itself to maybe being played multiple times with multiple styles, because you can customize every weapon to be however you want. You could add different elements. You could do different special attacks with your robot arm. I could definitely see this game having traction in the Soulsborne community from people who like multiple runs of games and things like that, especially because right now, nothing's really been going on in the Soulsborne community. Elden Ring, we don't know when the DLC's coming out. We have nothing there. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I hope that you'll check it out. I'm 11 hours in now. Yesterday, we had an epic stream with 2 awesome boss fights. Both of them were completely different and unique and fun. I literally cannot wait to see where the game goes next. That's how much fun I'm having with it. It's just really superbly good. So, excellent. I have no complaints. Please continue to watch and check out the playthrough. And I can't wait to play more this coming Monday on the daytime stream. Okay? Last night, we played Street Fighter 6. Yes, once again with Lily. Again to mixed results. What ended up happening was, at first, I kind of went on a hot streak. And so my Lily had hit 4-star diamond a couple streams ago. Got about halfway to 5-star diamond. We hit 5-star diamond almost right away, within the first half hour. And I was like, oh, this is great. Then I went on a losing streak. And it was just, oh, man, it was rough. Because it wasn't like, oh, someone just kicked your ass. It was like, I'm winning. Oops, one dropped move, didn't come out. Lose the match because of that. Because you drop your combo, now they get you in the corner, you can't get out, game over. And that's the story for Lily. She doesn't have tools to get out of certain situations. She doesn't have a true reversal. Her throw doesn't have great range, nor does it have invincibility. So you really don't have opportunity to get out of corner, lockdown, rushdown, mix-up, unless you guess correctly, which is rough to do in this game, So, and I will say this, because some people watching me play this game have been criticizing me and saying, Phil just doesn't know how to tech throws, okay? Now, admittedly, my reflexes aren't as good as they used to be. But you have to understand something about Street Fighter 6. I'll give you a little bit of fighting game 101 right now, okay? In Street Fighter 6, when you're stuck in the corner, you have various options. One of which would be to guess they're going to throw and do your own throw input to break their throw. Another would be just to block. Another would be to parry. Another would be to try to perfect parry. Another would be to try to do a reversal move that has invincibility frames to blow through what they're doing. And one final option would, well, I guess you could technically block and do a drive reversal as well. Or the final option would be just try to jump out by holding up and hope you get out. So you have all those options, okay? The problem is with Lily, most of those options aren't viable. She doesn't have the invincible reversal. Even if she perfect parries, she doesn't have many or any fast moves to then go out of there and get out of the corner. So I could be perfect parrying someone, and if they're a fast rushdown character, they're going to continuously keep hitting me anyway. I have no opportunity to interrupt what they're doing. So, why not try to just break the throw every time? Because there's matches where someone walks up to me when I'm Lily in the corner and just throw, throw, throw. Why are they throwing you 5 times in a row? Here's why. When you play online, you can't react. Sorry, you just can't. Maybe if I was playing on PC and I had way less input delay, but I'm playing on PS5 with the amount of input delay and the connections you get online, you can't react. You have to guess. You have to guess, are they going to throw? Are they going to jump? Are they going to keep rushing down? Are they going to attack high or low? What are they going to do? You have to guess. Based off your guess, it's a rock, paper, scissors reaction of what you're going to get. And if you get lucky, you get out of the corner. And if you're not lucky, you get screwed. Now, think about it this way. Okay? If I continuously block or I try to parry, okay? If I block or parry correct, I'm fine. Now, I can worry about, is there a way to interrupt or get out after I block or parry? Now, it might be that they just keep attacking and I have to keep blocking and parrying. At least I didn't get hit. I can try to jump. If I try to jump, well, I might get hit and knocked back into the corner, but at least I only got hit once, which is fine. Or I might get lucky and jump out of the corner. So jumping is a viable option, okay? Breaking the throw is literally the worst option you could do. Here's why. If they walk up and it looks like they're going to throw, and then I go to break the throw and I guessed wrong, my character goes, doi! Giant animation of a whiffed throw. It lasts several seconds. It leaves you wide open. And everyone at the level I'm playing at knows a ginormous punish combo that's going to cost you insane amounts of health because you missed a throw attempt. You see? So of all the options, just keep blocking, all right? Jump and only take one hit, or try to break a throw, miss it, and lose like 50% health. Do you see the difference? So what everyone basically has been doing, because it's not just me, you may have noticed a lot of people just get thrown. This is why they're not trying to break throws, because they can't do it on reaction. It doesn't come out fast enough. And so they're not guessing that, because if they guess wrong, they literally lose the round. So would you rather... It's like playing blackjack. In blackjack, when you're playing the game of blackjack, you know the odds of when to hit, when to stay, when to split, when to double down. There's all odds. And even though the odds are in the favor of the house always, blackjack has the best percentage of winning of any other game at a casino. Because if you play it right per a formula, you can win more than other games. Well, it's the same thing in Street Fighter 6. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You got to know when you want to hit and when you want to stay. If it's an insane risk for me to try to throw break, then I'm not going to try to throw break. I'm going to guess jump. I'm going to guess block. I'm going to guess parry. I'm going to guess the things that only result in me maybe taking a throw, and that's it. As opposed to, oh, I guessed wrong and now I lost half my energy bar. Do you see? So, if you understand what I'm saying right now, you're all like, I get it. Phil's absolutely right. If you don't understand competitive fighting games, you probably have no idea what I just said. And so when you're watching me play Street Fighter 6 and you say, wow, Phil's Lily just got slammed 4 times in a row, he sucks. No, I'm actually playing smart. The person I'm playing sucks. Because all they're doing is the same move 4 times in a fucking row like a robot, and they don't know any better. Trust me, anyone who walks forward and throws 4 times in a row without attempting to mix up, literally that person will be beaten by anything but pattern play. You see what I'm saying? So they know a pattern, they play the pattern. The moment you rattle them because you interrupt their pattern, they have no idea what to do and they get dominated. That's the kind of player that would play like that. And sadly, I hate to say it, there's a lot of them online at the diamond level where I'm playing, because this game allows you to gain more points simply by playing. What you got to understand is this, all right? Here we are almost 4 months into the game. I switched consoles a month ago and restarted all of my rankings. And I've got characters who I'm getting to master within 10 hours of gameplay. These people I'm playing in the diamond level likely have been sitting at diamond level since launch and still can't get to master. There's a reason why. They can't get wins because they play the same fucking pattern over and over. And then they get lucky and they squeak out the wins against a low tier character like my Lily, and I can't do anything about it. You see? So anyway, that's what's going on with my Lily. Good news is, after that big losing streak last night, we did recover, and by the end of the stream, I got about 300 points into the... I think I ended at like 24, 23, because I think, is it 25,000 to hit master? So I think I got to like 24,100 or 200. So we need like 800 more points to get to master with Lily. And that's definitely doable with one more stream. So we'll see what happens because I'm playing it again on Monday night. We'll see if I can hit. It would be great if I could hit Master on Monday night. Then I have 3 characters firmly in Master. And then we can focus on this new Aki character coming out on Wednesday. And that could be a focus for a bit. And then determine what's next. Do I want to play Master matches with Blanca, Honda, Lily, play more Aki? Do I want to go back and try a different character? What character would I want to use? I have no clue. I'd have to think about it. But it's a good position to be in because now we can move on from just Lily, Lily, Lily like we've been doing for the last several weeks. Okay? So there you go. And anyway, so that's what's going on with Street Fighter 6. I had a great streaming day yesterday. And I definitely enjoyed coming back to streams yesterday. It was a great day. Thanks to everyone who chilled, supported, and everything. Superb day. Okay? So what are we doing today? Well, it's Mortal Kombat 1. It's my first ever major multiplayer stream. It's going to be Sindel. I'm going to go into training mode and just learn some basic combos like high-low mix-ups and basic good juggle combos. Then I'm going to go into her trials and try just a couple quick trial combos, and then we're going to go online. So first major stream. The bottom line, though, I don't know her fatality inputs. I don't know her brutality inputs. It sucks. I wish I did, but the game doesn't have them in the moves list. So without them in the moves list, I can only know what's in the game. Unless you guys tell me what else she has, I'll be very limited. Now, I just got asked by Dab Hands what cameo we're using with her. I have no idea. That's the problem with Mortal Kombat 1, is you're not only learning just a character, now you're also trying to learn cameo assists on the fly. I don't know what cameos are good. I don't know how to utilize them. I don't have time. I'll be honest. I don't have time to sit down with this game and lab it out and study it intensely to learn cameos. I'm just flubbing it. And when you see when I played with Raiden the other day, I basically never used them. Maybe for a combo break. That was it, right? So if you guys got recommendations of what's a good cameo to use with Sindel, and you say, yeah, use Sector and always do his missile, it's good. I'm listening. That's fine with me. I will do it. I need your suggestions, though. I need to know what you guys think. You would know better than me. You see how much time I put into the game in the last week. That's all I've done. So let me know what you think, okay? So first major stream of multiplayer today with Sindel. Let's see how it goes. Later tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, Starfield continues. I'm actually really excited for tonight's Starfield stream because last time around, we started up with the UC Vanguard questline, and we hit a really interesting part where, without spoiling, a major city hub of the game was completely changed. And I'm curious how this will pan out for the rest of the game. Will it affect the plot or not? Or how did it affect anything? I don't know. But I'm very curious to see how that's going to happen or how that's going to go down. So this is going to be an exciting stream for me tonight. And those who like the open world chill fun of a Bethesda RPG, it's going to be a great stream. I hope you'll join me for that tonight on the late shift if you can make it. Okay? Tomorrow is our usual React stream day over on DSP React, where I'll be doing the DSP versus the Internet show, watching clips as submitted by the members from all over the Internet. I'm sure we'll have a good variety of stuff. Ultra members, we always watch their clips, and then the standard members go into a randomized playlist. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but in general, the show is a good variety. You never know what you're going to watch. I don't know what we're watching this week. So there you go. Ponage 101 says, once you unlock a brutality, you'll be able to know how to execute it. Highlight the brutality in the menu and check the advanced view. That I do know, Ponage 101. But the thing is, you got to unlock it. How do you unlock it? You got to play with the character and level them up. When they level up, it says, oh, you unlocked the brutality. Great. So now what should I do? Quit in the middle of my fucking match? Try to read the moves list? I guess you'd have to quit out, right? Quit out of the match. And then somehow go into a match with that character. I guess maybe training mode. And then go into the moves list and then try to find it and figure it out. That's the only thing I can think of. So whenever we unlock something new with Sindel today, stop what you're doing. Quit out of ranked. Go to training mode. Look at the moves list. Try to figure it out. Why couldn't it just be unlocked? That really, it is silly. It's like in Mortal Kombat 9, when they had it like that, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. It gives you incentive to keep playing with the character or whatever. That was like over a decade ago. You know, it's 2023. People just want to jump in and play competitive games right away. I don't want to sit here for hours unlocking content. It was a big hassle last week having to do that. And now here we are. It's like, why are they still doing it like this? They don't understand how outdated that formula is. You know what I mean? Anyway. Thank you, Pillage 101. I was aware of that. It's just annoying the way that they did it in the game. Anyway. So, tomorrow, React show on the first stream over on my sister channel, DSP React. If you are interested in watching that show and interacting, you have to go over and subscribe now. You have to be subscribed for 24 hours to talk in that chat. Maybe you're someone here today and you're like, oh, I want to talk on the React show tomorrow. You must be subscribed to DSP Reacts in order to talk on that show. So please head over there and subscribe today or you're going to be stuck voiceless. And that would suck, okay? It's at DSP Reacts. That's the channel. That's how you find it on YouTube, okay? Okay, then tomorrow night, more Lies of P. Very excited. I love Lies of P. I'm going to play it tomorrow night on the late stream for about 2.5 hours. Make more progress. We're actually heading into a whole new area of the game. So I hope you'll join me for that. And then Monday, daytime stream, more Lies of P. That's right. So we're going to have 5+ hours of Lies of P between Sunday night and Monday's daytime streams. I love the game. Can't wait to play more of it. That should be good progress. Then Monday night, Lily in Street Fighter 6, trying to get her to master. I don't know if we'll do it. It's about 850 points to get there. You know, each win is around 50. So you do the math. Can we get that many wins without a ton of losses to undo the work? Can we hit master? If we hit master early, I'll play some master matches with Lily. But I want to see, can we do it? Can we get there? I hope we can. I would love to hit master on Monday night with Lily. That would be superb. And by the way, now that we had the, I forgot to do this, our new stats, right, with Lily. Hold on. Let me reload our spreadsheet. So, with Lily, last night it was much closer. 33 wins, 28 losses. Still in the positive. But, man, it's getting rough. It's getting close, right? Every time I play with Lily, I barely squeak out more wins than losses. But it was more wins than losses. I'm in 5-star diamond. By the way, for those wondering, overall, 2,855 wins, 1,873 losses. So I've played basically around 4,700 games of Street Fighter 6 at this point with a 60% win rate. Yeah, 4,738 games, 60% win rate. It's not bad. I'd like to get that up, obviously. It's rough when you're playing the lower tiers. Perhaps if I start playing better characters, my win rate will be better. I don't know. But there you go. So, can we hit master with Lily on Monday night? And can we continue on? We'll find out. Tuesday, all right? We will swing back to Mortal Kombat 1, and I will do another multiplayer stream of Mortal Kombat 1. Who will it be? I don't know. Should I play with Raiden again? Should I play with more Sindel? Or should we use another new character? I'd be down for whatever. I'd be curious to hear your feedback over the course of the weekend after today's Sindel stream. What would you like to see on Tuesday? And then Tuesday night, 2 more hours of Starfield chill. All right? Wednesday, my final consecutive streaming day of the week. It is time for the new character, Aki, in Street Fighter 6. She seems completely unique. I don't know how on earth she's going to play competitively. We'll have to mess around with her a little bit, again, in training mode in her trials before we go online. But my opinion is all day, Aki, Street Fighter 6, both streams. The first stream will have more of the offline and then go online, and then the second stream will be solely online. Let's see how we do. When I played with Rashid, I was doing really good. Do you remember? Like, I think I got, did I get to like 4-star diamond within like 1 session? Something crazy like that. I was like on a crazy tear with wins, but then I just never went back to him. So now he's at 0 rank on PS5 because I never, bought or never even played with him on PS5. But I was doing good with him when I played him on launch day. So, again, will Aki be more of the same where people won't know what to expect and she'll be more tricky on launch day or whatever? What's happening is the top players basically are playing these DLC characters launch day to get them to master right away because they know it's easy to get them to master right away when no one knows what's going on. Once people learn their strategies, it's harder to do. So, we'll see what happens. But, should be good. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for, this week's content, okay? And, thank you very much for everything. Great stream coming up. Great, week coming up. And just remember, come October, which we're almost at, that first couple weeks of October, there's also new games. Hold on a second. So, I would argue the first major new release of October will be October 5th, Assassin's Creed Mirage. So my goal, obviously, would be to get pretty darn far in Lies of P by the time that we get to Assassin's Creed Mirage, all right? Detective Pikachu is out on the 6th. I don't know if I'm playing that one. Forza Motorsport is out on the 10th. I also don't know if I'm playing that one. The next major games, I would say, would be Lords of the Fallen October 13th. And obviously, I'm not going to play that if I'm still playing Lies of P. I'm really on the fence about it regardless. And then the big ones for that month would definitely be Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Sonic Superstars. Those all come out around the middle of the month. So basically, outside of Assassin's Creed Mirage, there's nothing really guaranteed I'm doing in early October, meaning we can still focus in on Mortal Kombat, on finishing Lies of P, on more Starfield. Then we'll swap over, you see, to some of these new releases. Essentially, once the second half of the month hits, we'll get crazy with that. And in October, there'll be new decorations for October, new animations for October for horror. In addition to that, we're going to be doing special October fun. Every week, I'm going to be reviewing a horror movie over on DSP Reacts. We're going to do a special tier maker where we're going to rank horror movie franchises against each other, right? Which horror movie franchise is the best? I'm curious what you guys think. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Good stuff coming up in October, okay? Okay. Oh. Okay. I should write down the Call of Duty beta on my paper. What? The Call of Duty, is there an open beta? When is the open beta, Jex Gaming? Because I'm not going to pre-order Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I'm not until I'm sure I'm playing it. Then I would consider. I'm not sure I'm playing it right now. If you guys could tell me when the open beta is, then I would check it out. You said it's open beta on PS5, I believe. See, I don't know. Would I play it on PS5? Would I play it on Xbox Series X? I don't even think it would matter. Would it? It's probably going to play identically on each console, like you would think. Isn't it true that like there's a better community on the Xbox? I could be wrong, but I thought that people were saying that competitively, Xbox might be better for that. But maybe I am wrong. But if you guys have information about that, let me know. All right. News today is very limited. It's time for your favorite segment, my favorite segment, the segment we all call DSP News. I'm just going to skip right into it because we don't have much to talk about. Okay. Very limited news today. News story number 1. You ready? Gotta blow this up so I can read it. Free game offer for those who live in the United States. All right. If you purchase a PlayStation 5 and you make a new account by October 20th, 2023 at 23:59 p.m. Pacific time, you can redeem for a free game online. All right? So basically, to redeem, you need to buy and activate a new PS5 console. Once your PS5 console is activated, you navigate to the PlayStation Store on said console. There will be a banner with this offer. Click on the banner. It will take you to the games page where these games are eligible. Select one game to download for free and click download. Here are the games you can get for free. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Demon's Souls Remake, Last of Us Part 1, Sackboy: A Big Adventure. You'd be an idiot to get that. That game's like $5 right now. Returnal, that's another one. That one's like $10 right now. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection or Death Stranding Director's Cut. So you can get one of those free games if you're thinking of buying a PS5 in the next couple, or the next month. And as long as it's by the third week of October, you can get the game for free. That's pretty cool. It's a good offer. Check it out if you're already thinking of buying a PS5. Just get the freebie. Why wouldn't you? Right? Okay. So Jex Gaming says early open beta on PS5 is from the 8th to the 10th. The Xbox open beta is the 14th through 16th. Yes, but you said how is that early? Now listen to what you just said, Jex Gaming. Early open beta. So what you're saying is it's earlier on PlayStation 5, and that's from the 8th to the 10th. Okay, that's what you're saying. Let me go write that down. Gotcha. Early open beta. COD beta PS5 8th to the 10th. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that, because likely we'll do Assassin's Creed Mirage, and we'll do a major stream of the beta of that to give it a taste, and that'll determine if I play it or not. Much like what happened both with Call of Duty Vanguard, which I skipped, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which I did get. So it'll be a determining factor. Thank you for that info, DSPGaming. Very nice of you. Okay, continuing on. In an interesting interview between GameIndustry.biz and the Bandai Namco European Union CEO, the European Union CEO said the following. Oh, I didn't actually record the conversation. What I do have is that they basically said the Elden Ring DLC is set to release soon. And that's all they said. But they said soon, which is weird, because why would they say that when we have absolutely no information whatsoever about its release at all? Like, no one's been told a date. Anyone, even industry insiders, didn't say that. So why is the European Union CEO of Bandai Namco saying, oh, it's coming out very soon? Like, what? Like, huh? We didn't even know. We thought maybe, middle of next year. But they're saying soon. Does this mean by the end of the year? Does this mean a Christmas Elden Ring special with demon Santa Clauses and reindeer that eat your fucking limbs off and a Frosty the Snowman that shoves his giant frozen popsicle up your butthole? Probably not. But you never know. You say, well, I guess we'll find out. I got a little excited there. I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later, according to this CEO. So there you go. Okay, the only other news story is that, so here's the thing. Many, many years ago, when all of these new NetherRealm games were coming out, okay, they always had a tie-in mobile game. I remember when Injustice came out, there was the Injustice mobile game. And what it was a tap-to-play fighting game that was kind of unique. It had decent graphics back in the day. I think I played it on my iPad like over a decade ago. It was a pretty good game. It had the actual soundtrack and all the characters from Injustice, the fighting game. So it was a good way to tie in with, if you were playing the fighting game on console, then you could actually play this kind of casually on your phone or your tablet. So it was a pretty good game. Then when Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 came out, they also had a tie-in app. And again, it played very similarly to the Injustice app. So you could probably tell it was the same game. They just retooled it. But it was all Mortal Kombat characters. And it was cool because now it was another tie-in with that game, right? But the weird thing was, when Mortal Kombat 1 was coming out, no one really had talked about anything going on in the realm of a mobile game. Now, the Mortal Kombat mobile game still exists, but no one really plays it. It really died out in popularity over the last, 5 years. It's pretty much, just it's there for those who are legacy players, but no one's actively caring about that game. Everyone expected, a new game would be coming out to tie in with the release of Mortal Kombat 1, and then nothing did. All of a sudden, there was an announcement, okay? Mortal Kombat Onslaught is releasing on October 17th. It is a new mobile game that is an RPG starring Mortal Kombat characters. And it's weird because it looks like it has all these different versions of the characters, but are you surprised? It's a mobile game. What that probably means is that they're going to have classic Sub-Zero, right? Then Mortal Kombat 2 Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero, who's his brother, then future versions of Sub-Zero, then Mortal Kombat 9 Reboot Sub-Zero, then Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 Sub-Zero, now the new Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1, and they'll all be different characters that you have to get through random loot pulls and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This will definitely be how it's going to be, for sure. You just know it. So, when they say it's an RPG, that does make me kind of scratch my head. How would Mortal Kombat play as an RPG? Will it be like a turn-based RPG? Will it be a more action-based? Because mobile games are very different. When they say RPG, they mean different things than when you think a console RPG. So I'm obviously curious when it comes out. And what's weird about it is I started seeing people post under this saying, oh, well, it's already out. Well, I looked. No, it's not. So maybe it actually already came out in other territories. But I guess in the United States, it's not available yet. And it is coming out October 17th. I'll probably give it a look just to see what the hell it is. But there you go. Now, My Ruin says, how is the Final Fantasy Ever Crisis game? Didn't you preload it? I didn't. I never booted it. I haven't even booted it yet. I haven't, it's been out for what, a couple weeks? And I didn't even bother. It's I'll get to it at some point. But right now, I'm not really thinking about Final Fantasy VII. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if that game had come out, like, in January to hype up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in February, I would care more. But, like, I don't really care about Final Fantasy VII right now. We're kind of in the middle of so many other things. Like, right now, if the Mortal Kombat game came out right now, I'd actually want to play it. Because I'm playing Mortal Kombat, you know, on the console. But I just, you know, it's a little early to care about Final Fantasy. So, I haven't even booted the darn thing. I might check it out at some point, but... Okay. So, that is it for now. That's, like I said, we didn't have much news for today. There's not a lot going on in that realm. So, not much to discuss in that regard. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching DSP News. It was an incredibly short segment today. Let's get to shout-outs and or some Q&A and stuff like that. Oh, is that true? Tay says it seems to be out in Canada, but don't get too hyped. It's a bog standard gacha game. What do you mean by bog standard? What does that mean? Is that an industry term? A bog standard? What is that? Huh. Well, good morning, Willow. Anyway, yeah, if you want to, what the hell bog standard means. Let's get started with shout-outs. Our first shout-out of the morning is In-Game Asylum, who became a channel member. Thank you very much to In-Game Asylum. Like I said, it would be really great if we could get some members today. We have lost a ton over the last few days. At one point, we were at 650. Now we're down to 596. I really would like to hit 650 by the end of this week. So please consider becoming a member or maybe gifting some memberships to the community today. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of attendance on the Mortal Kombat multiplayer stream. Okay? So thank you for that. Gordon Hammer just did a super chat. Says, you know, I don't usually catch the stream live. I want to say you seem like you're having way more fun lately. That's great. Have a great day with Mortal Kombat. Well, thank you. I don't know what you mean by that. I guess it would depend on what game I'm playing. It would probably... Here's the thing. Just like anything, I'm a complex person. I'm a human. And there's a lot going on. At any given moment, there could be something going on in my personal life that you don't know about. There could be some pressures going on behind the scenes. Hell, it could be the weather. Like today, it's cool. I've got a nice, cool autumn breeze coming in my window. Isn't today the first day of autumn? I think it is. Let's find out. First day of fall 2023, September 23rd. Today is officially the first day of autumn. The autumnal equinox is today. So that's what I mean. What a perfect day to have cloudy, skies. A beautiful. In fact, you know what? I gotta walk up and enjoy it. Give me a second. I'm gonna go take in the autumn air right now. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh. I've absorbed the powers of fall. The scarecrows, the falling leaves, pumpkin spice up the butt. I'm ready for fall. I'm so excited. It is finally the fall. Really, this is one of, I say fall and winter are my favorite seasons. So this is very nice to have this cooler weather. I'm sitting here without an air conditioner with just a nice cool fan blowing. This cool air coming in. It's cloudy, which means I can have the blinds open and we can still be normal here. This is excellent. I love it. So I'm happy, you know. Like I said, things have been going good. The streams have been going well. Everything's good. So, of course, I'm in a good mood, right? Of course. Why wouldn't I be? So thank you for that, Gordon Hammer. I appreciate that. Thank you for the first super chat of the day. My nose itches. Bog standard is a fairly well-known colloquialism and means boringly familiar. Okay. So when you say it's a bog standard mobile RPG, you're saying it's nothing special. It's very similar to a million other RPGs out there, only it's Mortal Kombat branded. Gotcha. I'll look into it. I think I might check it out in October and let you guys know what I think. Okay? Being that we'll probably still be dabbling in Mortal Kombat then. Okay. Here we go. I received an overnight tip. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a very generous overnight tip. Ladies and gentlemen, I received a 5,000 penny tip. That's right, a $50 tip. A $50 tip I received overnight. You guys, that was a good one. You guys thought I was going to say like $5,000. All right. So with that $50 tip to start off today, let's get the Gunner glasses going. It is still nice. I just thought it was funny to say that. Ah, it's a smear right in the middle of the glasses. Son of a bitch. Let me clean that. Disgusting smear. There's nothing worse than a smear in the middle of your Gunner glasses, let me tell you guys. It's a really bad feeling. I might get a new pair, but the thing is, for some reason, when these aren't on sale, they're like super expensive. Because I wanted another pair to alternate, and every time that I see online they list like a sale, I go and the sale ended already. It's over within like an hour. It's like a crazy good sale where you can get them for like 20 bucks. Like, oh shit, let me get a pair, and I go and they're like, no, now they're 70 again. Like, well, fuck that. I'm spending $70 on these, you know? So there you go. Poop. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So thank you very much to a $50 tipper. I believe it's an anonymous tipper, by the way. Let me just double check that. It is. Okay, so let me just put it up as an anonymous tip, and then we'll read what they have to say. They have a nice big message here to read and respond to. Thank you very much to the anonymous tipper. And by the way, let me emphasize this because I don't always talk about this. If you're someone who watches my content on demand, meaning you're not here live, but you watch everything after the fact, right? Maybe you watch or you listen casually when you're doing something else. You're like playing it in the background, or maybe you're someone who does watch just after the fact. You know, me, I don't watch anyone's live streams. Anything I watch after the fact, okay? You can still support if you do a tip, all right? I will shout out that tip on the very next stream. So if you do an overnight tip, I'll read it out and count it to the next stream. Now, there may be some situations where you don't want that. There's been some people who are like, I want to support, but I want to support completely anonymously. I don't even want to shout out. I just want to support and keep it off so that way there's no chance of drama or trolling. I understand that. Let me know in your tip message and I can do that for you. But in particular, this person did an overnight tip and looks like they wanted to be counted for today. So here's what they have to say. Glad you're still playing Mortal Kombat 1. Sorry the lag is bad. I understand some people just can't afford a LAN cable, and he has the crying emo. I still love the game because I grew up with 2000s Mortal Kombat, which is exactly like what I was saying, that it feels like this game catered to those who like the game from the 2000s. I knew that. He says, it is kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. There's just a lot of flashy combos in the game, but I like that. You should complete Invasion mode if you can. It's good. There's more Invasion content coming. If you still want to play it, it's okay if you don't. Keep up the good content. Here's the truth. I would love to play Invasion mode. I'm enjoying it, and I know that it's going to get more challenging the further in we get, and I know that we're going to get tons of cosmetic unlocks from it. In fact, today when we use Sindel, I unlocked a new outfit. I'm going to use the new outfit. I want to use the one I unlocked rather than the default one. I think that's cool. But the thing is, people aren't liking it. People are saying they want multiplayer. They want multiplayer. They want multiplayer. They want multiplayer. They yelled at me for playing the single player content last week to unlock the stuff so we could play the multiplayer. So it's like I got to do what my audience wants, right? I can't just do what I want. This is a business. This is for viewers. And people are finding that they want multiplayer, so I guess that's what we're going to do. You know, and go from there and see how it goes. Now, interestingly enough, last time when I played multiplayer, I won every match except one, and the one person who beat me was a Scorpion player who literally just tapped combos over and over, recovered fast enough to instantly jab me and do the same combo over and over, and I had no idea how to beat him, so I lost. Apparently there's a way around that in Mortal Kombat. I don't know what it is, but people have said there's videos made. Even one video featured me complaining about it when I played with Raiden the other day, but I didn't see the video. So I have no idea how to beat the jab, and it sounds like today I will probably lose to every single person who just mashes jab against me. I'm serious. Unless someone wants to tell me how to beat it, I'm probably going to lose to every jabber because I don't know how to play Mortal Kombat. Just being honest, I don't know the game. This is not Street Fighter. You know, this is something I don't know a lot about. Fucking jabbers. Jabbing my balls. It's like, all I want to do is play the game. You keep striking my testes. I can't fight when you keep striking my family jewels. It's absolutely disrespectful. Come on. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's the shout-outs that I have for now. The show is still young. We still have a bit here. If anything else comes in, I will shout it out. Thank you for your support so far today. Okay. Ambulatory says, So that YouTuber made a video about the scorpion you faced and what to do to beat it easily. Okay, so how do I beat it easily? What do I do? Do I go to their house and punch them in the face and take the controller out of their hands? How do you stop them from just jabbing my nuts? How do you defeat them? Get good. Yeah, but what is good? How do you get good? Do I put in the combat code and then Quan Chi teleports over and just inundates them with his skeletons, bitch? And then they're distracted and then you can beat them? What do you do? No one seems to know. Hilarious, because everyone here, you just, okay, Red Gamer says you jab first or you use a mid-move that's faster. I recommend watching the video for the other options mentioned. That's the problem. It requires knowledge, which I don't have. You're right. There's probably ways to beat the jab. And what did I say during the match? I said, since all I know with Raiden are these slower moves, I don't have anything I can stop it with. I mean, yeah, I can jab, but after that, I don't know what to do because all my moves are slow. So what am I going to do? Just go jab, jab, jab. This is the round now. Jab, jab, jab. I can't do anything else. It's the only move that's fast. I'll just keep pressing it. So that doesn't solve the problem. You see? I wish I knew what a fast mid-move was with Raiden. I didn't. Today, that's what I want to do with Sindel. Yes, I want to learn some combo openers and juggles, but what I saw with Sindel when we used her in story mode is that her standard combo is like 1 or 2 hits, and if you do the meter-burned shout, it creates a floating state. Now you can dash forward and do a combo that juggles, and then a follow-up to the juggle, so you can do a big combo, just 2 quick hits, the shriek, and then move in, and then do a big combo, and it seems like that's why she'd be pretty good. So that's what I got to figure out. So maybe if I get faster moves with her, it won't be an issue. But I need to know her faster moves. So. Okay. Jade, you have her fatalities? Okay. If you could let me know when I'm playing. Right now, if you're telling me this ain't going to help, he says back, forward, back, 2 from far. 2. So that would be triangle, right? Back punch. Back, forward. That's not bad. Back, forward, back, 2 from far. Okay. Please remind me during the game, because obviously I want to do her fatalities today. Also, you know what I need for brutalities? I need to know what her brutalities are. That would help a lot if you know what her brutalities are, because I'd like to use those in combat. Okay. Okay, so guys, anything else you would like to talk about today? What's up, Juan David? How are you? What would you guys like to chat about? We have extra time. Like I said, I got through my topics. There wasn't a ton of gaming news or anything to really discuss today. So what else would you like to speak about? By the way, I kept the background red today. I thought for Mortal Kombat it would fit. Tomorrow we'll change up the colors and everything. Would I say autumn is my favorite season, asks Tay. I love autumn and winter. Autumn, I would say, overall has the best weather, but winter has Christmas. So that's kind of a trade-off. I like October. I like Halloween. I also like that this is the time of year when so many hot new games come out that are exciting and fun. So for me, that's huge. But at the same time, dude, I love Christmas so much. It's like such an awesome holiday. So it's kind of a trade-off. The thing is, winter will have some inclement weather. Sometimes you'll get ice and snow, and that's, you know, I like nice, fluffy snow. I don't like snow that affects driving, you know, so. Mr. Game Master just did a super chat. Says, I need your input. I'm new to Final Fantasy. I never played any of them. I'm interested in the modern ones. Here's the thing. I'm sure if you played Final Fantasy VII Remake, you'd have a good time with it. But you may not understand certain things, okay? Like, for example, at the end of the game, all of a sudden, stuff starts happening and all the characters start referencing, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to happen, something's changed. You'd be like, what do you mean? Well, what they mean is the events of the original Final Fantasy VII. If you haven't played it, you will not understand the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake at all. You'll be like, I have no idea what's going on. It's that confusing. They almost assume you've played the original game. You won't understand any of the ending cutscenes or anything. You'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Okay? But it's a fine game. As a standalone game, it's definitely a fine game. It's just weird that they didn't explain that it was going to be a redo and changing of the plot. Because then if they had said that, then you'd be like, oh, I need to play the original Final Fantasy VII first to understand it. I'll do that. And I didn't even do that myself because I didn't know that. But then, you know, now I'm more on board. Now I know what it is. I'm actually really excited for Rebirth in February. I would say play Remake, maybe play the original 7, okay? And then get ready for Rebirth. I would say what you do with Final Fantasy 16 is you act like it never released, and you will have a great time. Just act like Final Fantasy 16 doesn't exist. When people say, hey, Final Fantasy 16, you say, I don't know what you're talking about. Just, I don't, huh? What do you mean? I'm very confused. You know, that doesn't exist. Just talk like that, you'll be better. I'm serious. It was such a misstep in the wrong direction, and they were definitely counting on it like it was going to save Square Enix, and instead it did nothing to help them. So just act like it doesn't exist, because it's not going to continue. Trust me. They're not going to make a sequel to it. It's fucked. Guitar Player did a super chat. He says, in my opinion, the new Spider-Man game looks exactly like the last two. I have not really looked at it. As you guys know, I actually actively have been trying in the last couple of years to stay away from spoiler-like content, because I feel like the more that I watch these, oh, here's a game demo expose on the game, and here's a big extended 10-minute trailer, I think it just kind of spoils everything about the game. So I try to stay away from all of that. Here's the thing. I liked Spider-Man. I liked Miles Morales. In fact, I thought Miles Morales was a really good-looking game on the PS5. I was very pleased with the graphical performance, and it played like Spider-Man with some variations. I was like, it's passably good, you know? Will I be blown away by Spider-Man 2? I don't know. It might just be, again, just a passably good game, in which case I'd probably still be happy with it. With all the duds and things that we've been playing recently, it's good to always have a passably good game. But obviously, I'd like for it to excel and do something better and different. I don't know what it will do. I guess we'll see when it comes out. But here's the thing. This is my problem with modern gaming. So what do we know about Spider-Man 2? So there's two Spider-Men, Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Peter Parker's going to get the symbiote suit, and he's going to be able to have symbiote powers at one point. Eventually, at some point during the game, it's going to become Venom. By the way, Lizard's in the game, but it's like, wait a minute. We already know the whole fucking game. Why? How cool would it have been if when the game came out, it wasn't revealed that the symbiote suit was in the game and that Venom was going to be in it, and it would have been a big surprise when we're all playing the game. That would have been amazing. We were like, wow, this is so cool. Instead, all the surprises and the plot's already ruined because they fucking tell you the whole thing ahead of time. Why? What purpose does that serve? You know, I don't like that about modern gaming. I want to be pleasantly surprised when I'm playing the game. I don't want to know the whole fucking game before I played it. I feel like we're shooting ourselves in the foot doing this kind of marketing where you spoiled everything that would have been something special. You know, I would have probably enjoyed the game much better not knowing what was coming. Now I kind of already know half the game, so why would I get hyped for that, right? I already know it. So, I don't know. 672 says they're doing the same thing with modern day films. They spoil the whole plot just in the trailers. It's stupid. Seriously, it's incredibly stupid. Jade says, I don't know the brutalities because you have to level up the character. Yeah, you have to level up the character for it to show in the menu. Right. Maybe there's a moves list online we can reference. Well, Joel Law says, I bet that there are bigger surprises hiding in the game. I wouldn't worry. You gotta hope so. Really, when you're dropping bombshells, like, oh, the entire symbiote plot line will be in this game, there better be something else in there good, too. You know what I mean? Golden Noble said, do you think Mortal Kombat 1 will win Best Fighting Game category at the Game Awards? I have no idea. I think, just like what's been going on in the last decade with these fighting games, I'll be honest, I don't think the people who vote on the Game Awards know jack shit about fighting games. They don't. You know, they vote in games that aren't even fucking fighting games as Best Fighting Game of the Year. So, you know, Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat 1, it'll definitely be between those two, because Tekken now isn't coming out till January. So when you look at that head-to-head competition, I would argue Street Fighter 6 has the absolute best competitive gameplay, okay? And it really catered to the fans this time around. It listened to what they wanted. It added in all these social features. It's got an awesome single-player mode. It's got a bunch of great stuff, correct? Mortal Kombat 1 has a much wider cast of characters, all right? Has a story mode, plus has that single-player content, right? So, but here's the thing, too, and this is what a lot of people don't realize. Did you know that Mortal Kombat is only popular in the United States and Europe? That's it. Did you know that in Asia, no one plays Mortal Kombat? They act like the game doesn't exist. Japanese players and other players don't play Mortal Kombat competitively. They don't care. They think it's like, that's an American franchise. It's just a fuck around game. They don't take it seriously at all. Worldwide, Street Fighter and Tekken are the big games that are played worldwide at a mass scale. It's weird because when you live in the bubble, seriously, when you live in the bubble of where it's popular, you'd think that Mortal Kombat is giant. But in reality, from a worldview, it's not. It's like half the world likes it and half the world acts like it never released. You know? So when you're talking about the Game Awards, again, you know, who's going to be voting on that? I think you might have more of a worldview audience, you know what I mean? And they might be voting for Street Fighter. I would think Street Fighter 6 would win, but maybe not. I don't know. No, it's not banned in Asia. Just no one plays it. I'm telling you. In Japan, in Korea, in China, they don't play Mortal Kombat. They don't. They only play Street Fighter Tekken. Like, that's it. Like, that's their thing. The Street Fighter Tekken is huge, and that's it. That's their competitive games, you know? Like I said, these Americanized franchises, they don't exist to them. Red Gamer says the government bans them. No. No, that's not banned, right? What on earth? Just listen to this. This is funny. Puff asks me, thoughts on Secret Limited losing his partnership and retiring? What a loaded question to ask me. Because number one, you know if I speak about one of my detractors, it's drama. Number two, I can't confirm a single statement you made. I don't know if Secret Limited ever had a partnership. I don't know if Secret Limited lost their partnership. And I don't know if Secret Limited is retiring. You're asking me a crazy, loaded ass question that no matter how I answer, you know what I say, adds fuel. So should I just ignore the question? Should I answer? You know what I mean? Like, listen, you guys know my take on Secret Limited. This is a person who literally would just take stuff completely out of context from my streams and put it into an edited way to make it look dramatic and then make me look bad on the internet, right? And then during the whole time period when the escort saga was going on, right, which had no foothold in reality. The escort saga was completely fabricated by trolls, detractors, and scam artists, all right? That person made a video covering it as if it was real, saying everything was factually true, the way that they covered it. Now, when it was proven that it was false, what they did is they just changed the thumbnail of the video to take out the face of the woman who was being catfished. That's it. They didn't retract. They didn't fix it. They didn't say this whole thing was false, therefore this video was all drama bullshit, and you guys ate it up and gave me views and money for it. They just changed the thumbnail. That was it. Never even had an explanation or anything saying I was wrong to make this video because it was all fake, right? So from that moment on, literally anything that person ever made was trash. It didn't matter what else they did, but every year, like clockwork, they put out a video about me. It's all drama. It's all nonsense. It's out of context. It's all the same regurgitated detractor shit everyone else does. It's trash. It's internet trash. All right? It's literal trash. Everything they've ever done was trash. Okay? So, that being said, what do you think I'm going to say if you tell me that this person lost their partnership and is retiring from YouTube? What what a horrible loss for the internet. Let me tell you, we'll never be able to survive without Secret Limited. I mean, how on earth would we ever get by without someone like that, right? I mean, you know? But again, I literally have no idea whatsoever what you're talking about. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't even know the person was ever even partnered, all right? What I would guess is that they were making information that was blatantly slanderous and wrong, and someone finally proved it, and YouTube took away their partnership because of it. That would be my guess, but I could be completely wrong because I don't follow that account. I don't care about detractor shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, here we go. So now we're going back to everything here. Red Gamer says, I did research. Mortal Kombat was banned in Indonesia, Japan, China, and Ukraine, along with GTA in a game called Manhunt. Then Dabhand says, it's true. The early Mortal Kombat games were banned due to violence in Asia. By the time they were unbanned, it was too late. Asia didn't care and focused on Street Fighter and other games. 98% says, this is untrue. In Asia, I played Mortal Kombat as a kid. The very first Mortal Kombat to this very one. No. Originally, the Mortal Kombat games were banned in Asia. That's right. They're not banned anymore. But Asia doesn't care about Mortal Kombat, like I said. So that's what I mean. When you're looking at a world view, it's the United States and Europe cares about Mortal Kombat, and that's about it. While worldview, yeah, everyone knows Street Fighter. Everyone knows Tekken. Those are really the big two fighting games that everybody focuses on. Ambulatory says Mortal Kombat 1 is banned in Korea, Japan, and China according to Google. Whatever. I don't even care. At this point, I don't even care. I'm serious. I don't even. It's such a thing. I already know that people don't play it over there. You know what I mean? So I already know that. I don't need to go crazy about it or anything. I know how it works. So I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to freak out about it or anything, right? All right. Matthew has done a super chat, says, I'm recovering from laser eye surgery. Well, I wish you the best. I never had that. I have a very minor, is it near? I never remember if it's near or farsightedness. So I never really needed it. It's not a big deal. But I knew some people who actually had very successful eye surgery and then they never needed glasses again and changed their lives for the better. So I wish you the best recovering. He says, what movie will you review next? Well, I have 5 If I can get the marbles out of my mouth, I will tell you I have 5 movies lined up that I think I'll be reviewing over the next month. By the end of this week, I think I'm going to watch the Halloween movie from 2018? Whatever the Halloween movie that started the modern trilogy, I want to watch that one and review it. Then I'm going to review Scream 5, which I've never seen. Then I'm going to review Halloween Kills. Then I'm going to review Scream 6. And then I'm going to review Halloween Ends. So that would be a pretty cool month of horror-themed content. And each week, probably once a week, I'll review a different movie over on DSP Reacts for you. So probably one by the end of this month, and then one a week through October. There you go. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Because these are all more recent horror movies. I haven't seen any of them. And this will kind of get me back to the horror movie vibe, obviously, for October. I'll probably end up watching more horror movies, too. Anything that's maybe on, like, Prime Video or Max. Maybe I'll watch some stuff, too. But, oh, excuse me. I guess we'll see what the modern versions have done, right? There you go. Jade says, how's Jasper? I miss him. He's good. He is loving autumn. Ever since it got cooler earlier in the week, since we took the air conditioners out of the windows and we have fresh air blowing through the house, and we changed the sheets on the bed that are now heavier, kind of almost like blanket style rather than light sheets that we have for the summer. He is absolutely crazy. He lays on the bed all day, comfy, snuggled in. He's got the fall breeze blowing in the window. Then he jumps in the window. He looks out back. There's all these creatures in the backyard, birds and squirrels and all kinds of stuff. He absolutely loves this time of year. He's really enjoying himself. And as usual, he'll be here for streams later in the week. So, there you go. All right. I did not see any Tokyo Game Action coverage. Tokyo Game Action. You said TGA. You mean TGS, Tokyo Game Show, don't you? No, I did not see any Tokyo Game Show coverage of Tekken 8. Mostly because it's Tekken. Like, I don't need to watch it. I know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to learn it. Oh, Panda's in the game. Oh, you mean the character that's literally in every Tekken game and we know is in there because whenever Kuma's in it, Panda's in it too? What a shocking twist of a surprise. Thanks for announcing that. You really blew me away, right? So, yeah, I haven't seen anything. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see here. I got a $2 tip from Future Cookie. Good things are coming your way, like this tip. Well, thank you very much to Future Cookie for a $2 tip. I appreciate that. Although I don't know if you're really much of a fortune future cookie if you're telling me something that you just did during the statement. That's not really foretelling the future. That's that's telling the present. It's describing something happening in the present rather than foretelling the future. So would it be a fortune cookie or would it be a present teller cookie? Like, imagine if you opened up a fortune cookie at a Chinese restaurant and the fortune says, you just enjoyed a delicious Chinese meal. You'd be like, it's not much of a fortune. Yeah, that just happened. You're correct. Red Gamer says they didn't really show any characters, mostly showing the game features they added to help people train and learn to improve. Yeah, I heard that the training modes improve if you're labbing in training mode or whatever. So, literally for me, I don't care. Just being honest. You know, for pro players, it's great. Great features, good for them. I'm sure they enjoy them. For me, you know me. With Tekken, I'll enjoy it. I'll probably love the graphics, right? I'm sure on PS5, this game's going to look outstanding. I'll probably use King and Paul, and maybe I'll use one or two new characters or newer characters in the game. But I'll probably get into it a little bit. I probably won't go too crazy. I don't really understand the more complicated aspects of it. I never learned them. The just frames and the OTG nuances of the game, how to get up properly when someone keeps juggling you. I never understood that. Nor do I really think I'm going to be sinking an insane amount of time into it when we have crazy amounts of games coming out January and February of this year. I don't think I'm going to have that time to dedicate. Like, really, Street Fighter 6 came out at the perfect time. The only other thing going on during the launch of Street Fighter 6 was a bunch of RPGs. So there was tons of time to invest in it. This is like, this year's early couple of months, next year I should say, is going to be nuts. So I don't know about me investing tons of time into Tekken, just being honest. We'll have to see. I guess it depends. If it looks great and plays great, maybe I will care. Maybe I'll actually be reinvigorated to play Tekken or something. I don't know. But at this point, I'm not like going crazy for it or anything. You know? Let's see here. I received a $1 tip. It's a troll. It's a moron. So there you go. All right. Goodbye, moron. Very nice. I should watch Dune Part 1 soon. Is the sequel coming out? Well, it was, right? But isn't all of Hollywood on freeze now? Like, basically, there were all these movies slated to come out and all these things, and I think they're all on hold now because this strike is continuing. What is it, 3-4 months into the strike now? And still no movement anywhere? It's pretty wild. I guess Hollywood really doesn't give two fucks about the people who work for them, huh? They're like, oh well, we'll just continue to put out no content. We're filthy rich. We don't care. It's pretty impressive. I guess we'll have to see how this all affects everything. Entertainment in general, gaming, because gaming now, there's going to be a strike on voice acting and mocap, correct? So that could be huge. I wonder what's going to happen. I guess we'll see. Anyway, any other topics, guys? Or shall we adjourn? I'm curious. Any last-minute things to talk about? Any plans on getting the new black Xbox Series S with a terabyte hard drive for Kat? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. She likes her Series S now and has not even gotten close to running out of storage space. It's not a concern. And the new Series S doesn't have anything really new outside of that besides, the redesigned controller. So I don't know. I don't know if she would want an X. I don't know if she would want a PlayStation 5. Because remember, the new PS5s are coming out. I don't know. We'll have to see. Right now, she's happy with what she's got. So. Willow, thank you. Says, I've enjoyed your MK1 playthrough. Thank you. Twirly loves my shirt. Well, I'm happy you like my tropical shirt. Another couple of weeks. Depends on the weather. If the weather cools down like it's supposed to, and we actually get full fall weather in the next several weeks, then you might see these go away, and I might start wearing actual fall clothing. Some nice longer sleeve shirts, some button down, some more cozy shirts. You'll see. Instead of just gamer shirts. Because you guys are tired of the gamer shirts, right? I've been alternating between these and gamer shirts. So rather than just gamers, I'll just wear other stuff. If you guys are down for that, I don't care. You want to see me in other stuff, I don't care. And it's comfy stuff. It's just a matter of it has to be cool enough so this office isn't so hot that I can wear it, you see? So if we have nice fall days with no sun, or it's cool outside and therefore it's nice in here, I'll wear that stuff. Do I use Twitter? What is Twitter? I've never heard of it. What on earth is Twitter? Are you out twitting all day? You like twitting? What does that mean? Me, I'm X. I X it up. Every day I go online, I say, X, X, X gonna give it to you. It gonna give it to you. Post something to give it to you. X gonna. Oh my God. You fucking stupid thing. Oh my God. Anyway. Margot Polo says, if you're in an upstairs office, you're 60-degree weather, you're still hot, you need better ventilation. It's like I told you, this house does not have proper air circulation. Where we live in Washington State, no houses were built with that. There's no central air. The system, that vent over there does nothing. It doesn't add heat and it doesn't have cool. It just sits there and no air gets into this room. This room is incredibly stagnant, and any air that's in here is generated from the electronics. So in the cool air of the winter or the fall with the window open and air blowing in, it's very nice. But if the sun is out there in the afternoon, this office literally heats up like a clay oven. And so if it's 60 degrees outside, it's 85 degrees in here. So that's what I mean. I wish I had central air. I looked into it when I moved here. I was told it was going to cost over $10,000 to get it because they would have to redo all the ductwork in the house for the air to properly reach the rooms, that it was never designed properly because, again, I live in Washington State. This is supposed to be a part of the United States with a moderate climate. It's never supposed to get too hot, and it's never supposed to get too cold. But now global warming hit, and we have record high temperatures every single summer. This summer was the longest heat we've ever had. It was like 3 to 4 weeks of 90-degree weather. We used to never get that, and now we get it. So no one here is equipped for this kind of weather. I have 3 air conditioners, one for this room, one for the room across the hall, and one for the bedroom. And we need those pumping constantly to even get the temperature of the house down because it gets so hot in here. Nothing can be done. Abdullah says he played Resident Evil 4 Remake separate ways. He played it on hardcore difficulty. That's what I played Resident Evil 4 Remake on. Took him 5 hours. It's 7 chapters. Okay, that's not bad. Perhaps we'll do that in October, because some people have been asking, when will I do it? Maybe when October hits, we'll do it in early October for just some variety to break stuff up. Probably that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see us doing that. We'll see. It's $10 too, right? So that's not so bad. All right. Here's my Twitter handle. There's literally a Twitter command in the chat that you could type to get the Twitter handle. There it is. Excuse me. Abdullah says, Mercenaries mode Wesker is amazing. I feel like Neo from The Matrix. That's exactly what he was based on. Right. He was like a hybrid of Anderson and Neo from The Matrix. Jay says, maybe next time try Lee May. I might. Lee May looked very strong. Especially that air flippy kick shit seems ridiculously fast and hard to block. I guess we'll see. But like I said, I think my favorite character in story mode was Raiden, Sindel. I liked Reptile and I liked Baraka. But then when I tried to use them in invasion mode, I didn't like them as much. And who else did I like? There was one other character that I enjoyed using, but oh, was it Shang Tsung? With all his freaking fireball shit? His crazy fireballs all over the screen and stuff? That could be pretty useful. So I'll have to see. But, yeah, I'm going to do Sindel today. Alright, guys, let's wrap it up. Thank you for a great podcast. Appreciate that. Hope that you enjoyed the show, as always. And tomorrow should be an interesting show, because I'll be able to tell you about what I thought about actually playing this game, major stream, with lots of multiplayer. We'll go from there. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me as usual. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Level 1 Podcast.